It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Let's get you even more excited about the impending lineup this weekend. Of course, last week we spoke to you about Heartlines' brilliant new season coming out, where they are broaching the role that fathers can play. Let's meet some of the actors behind the production.
Yes, we are feeling so good this morning. Thank you so much, G. Molweni Nonke in studio and Mzansi. We are coming to you live from Johannesburg this morning. I'm pretty sure you may have seen and heard about the compelling series that has taken over our screens. Heartlines, Fathers Matter. This morning we are joined by their actors. I'm talking about Mpule Matlola as Bokamoso and Jacques Blichnoot as Martin. Now, this offering is, at the heart of it rather, is a 6-part anthology film that is based on various contexts around South Africa, exploring the themes of fatherhood in unique and very relevant ways. And we're about to get into that. Good morning to you guys.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
I love the smiles, Mpule. Your episode, right, premiered last week. We are 2 episodes in already. How has the reception been?
It's been extremely enlightening. I think I just realized how sensitive this topic really is in our nation and in our communities. And I was really surprised to get some of the responses that were there. Aside from on Twitter, I got some audios, like some voice notes from people, and the reflections they had were so personal that aside from the entertainment value of the story, it was apparent how confrontational the issues are that are there and how triggering they really were. I was really touched by that. Really proud of that, actually.
It's truly relatable, and it's important conversations to have and to drive in South Africa, particularly during this time.
Absolutely.
I mean, Jacques, is material provision enough to support the well-being of a child? And that is an actual question because, I mean, that was last week's theme, right?
It's the theme for our movie, Everything a Boy Could Want, which is about a father who's a rich businessman who feels that he's providing for his family everything that they could want, a nice house, a nice car, all the material things that they could want, but, you know, it's not enough because his son is yearning for him, to love him and to accept him for who he is and is wanting his approval. And all that his father says is, I'm giving you everything that you want. What more do you want? He's like, no, Dad, I need you. I need you to be engaged with me, to communicate with me, to know what I'm feeling. And I think it's so easy in our day and age to think that material wealth and everything, if you've got all your material wealth and your physical needs are taken care of, that it's enough. And it's not.
Yeah.
So that's what our movie, Everything a Boy Could Want, explores. Because, you know, here's this father, rich businessman, providing everything for his family, but, you know, they're yearning for more, especially his son.
I mean, that's a catch-22, right? Because you do need the materialistic things. Well, I mean, I don't want to say need because it sounds shallow, but in the sense of you want your family to be comfortable, you want your family to have everything that they do need, but also the most important part is that emotional connection. Bule, with some of the things, or the themes rather, from your episode, right? What stood out for you and how did you absorb them into your character, Bokamoso?
I think what stood out for me are the several themes that sort of kind of get picked out by the film. You see that Boki, as we called her on set, Boki has this amazing sense of identity that stems from how well she's loved by her father. And it feeds the drive of her ambition and how she decides to present herself as a woman in the world. And I think the themes that are brought there become so intricate and so multifaceted that they speak to a lot of things happening today in the world and in our country. It got me thinking a lot about how she would look at her own womanhood in a world where womanhood is about what we look like, you know what I mean? The temptations of blessee culture, of presenting ourselves with our physicality, the over-sexualization of women, you know, so it explores a lot of inequalities we have in our societies that we've held on for so long through stereotype about really what makes a man, you know what I mean? How do we define men? Do we say they are their money? You know, is their presence not enough, you know, to the value of our lives? And just to see that how she's well loved by Lerubo creates this thing where her name being given to her by him is even, you know, described as this is who she is, not only to him, but to the world. So I think it's brought a lot for me, as in a sense of self-awareness, a sense of self-knowledge, is all that.
That's beautiful. It's also just truly enlightening to the viewers as well, because we're trying to define what men are in relation to women, what women are in relation to men as well. I mean, Jacques, I'm going to bring it back to you. You talked about how Martin is a successful guy, but I mean, the child, the son, is yearning for that connection. How do you think a world of success, even the bird is agreeing with me at this point, okay? It wants to know, yes. How do you think, you know, us setting out for success and wealth and resources isolates us from the connections with our families?
Like I said, it's in our day and age, it's so easy to surround yourself with a myriad of different things. You know, there's all the streaming services, all the material wealth, there's all this stuff, and we got to bring it down to the basics. Like it's about communication, it's about love, it's about sharing with your wife and sharing with your kids, sharing yourself with your kids. As men, like, you know, we don't communicate easily.
Yes.
And so it's so easy to surround ourselves with, you know, like, I'm going to sit in front of the TV for hours and watch shows for hours and hours, or I'm going to go out and play golf, or I'm going to go and do my hobby, and I'm going to go do this, and I'm going to do that, go do this and that. But it's important for us as men, as fathers, to engage with our kids and to engage with our wives, to communicate and see what, you know, what their heart, how their hearts work, and to understand that and to engage with that. It's important.
That love and security starts at home, and that's what you bring out as an offering to the rest of the world. I mean, Jacques and Boule, thank you guys so much. Also, just for sharing your craft and your expertise with us and the world. This is truly an important series. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys at home do not want to miss out on this compelling series. Make sure to catch it. It's airing until the 22nd of October on SABC2 at 8:30, okay? But from us here in Johannesburg, we're going to bring it back to you guys in studio.
Oh, thank you so much, Kutle, and the team from Heartlines. An incredible series. And I think if you think that you've figured it all out and know the South African narrative when it comes to fathers, this is going to shift your paradigm. And it's going to highlight what fathers and the father role can do. Absolutely love this campaign. You can catch it every Saturday, 8:30 on S3. And, of course, S3 is giving you the opportunity to open up in a whole lot of different ways. And we're going to give you the opportunity to go on an incredible adventure, so stick around for that. But right now, another very emotional performance.